Hello, Patreon patrons. Time for announcements, important information, updates, what have you. I am going to close my Patreon by the end of January, which means you will not be charged for future Patreon things because it won't even exist. What that also means is the following things. You will get, I've already ordered the author copies of the Abra Macabre book. What did I just write? Oh, come on. There are worse things in gutters than clowns. I've already ordered them to be shipped to me where I can then ship them out to you. That's still going to happen. Sometimes the printing and shipping of that takes a little while, so that might not happen in terms of arriving at your doorstep until after January, but don't worry, it will come. Also, I've taken down your shipping addresses and your emails, so you're still going to get the audiobook for the Talkapology, which after months of just sitting in the queue for the author to take charge of, has finally moved on to the quality assurance through ACX. So it will be available on Audible forthcoming. And then the audiobook for the second in the series of Netherfield's Duchess, that will also get sent out to you. That is about 2 weeks away from being sent to quality assurance for Audible. So those are forthcoming. Those will still come to you no matter when they finish, no matter if my Patreon account is open or closed. I'm definitely stepping away from Patreon by the end of the month. I'm also closing in the Telling podcast. That will close in March, if not the end of February. There are a couple episodes I have in the can that I'm really excited about, and one guest that I have scheduled that I refuse to let be the one that got away. Do you know what I mean? I've been excited for this guest for over a year, so I'm not closing out until I get to interview that person. I hope I didn't just jinx myself, because I am definitely closing out end of February, early March. Here's the why, if you care or are interested about that. I'm tired. I am so tired of being a full-time artist. And I'm not the kind of tired that you take a break from that is insignificant. There are other aspects of what I want to do and who I am that have been backburnered so that I could go on this journey. And I miss that Liz so much. And this Liz that gets up and relentlessly pursues creative endeavors, I'm tired of her. That's the gist of it. There will be additional scaling back in my life of things that are unrelated to Patreon and in the Telling podcast. I'm looking forward to that simplification. I'm really looking forward to it. That is not to say that I haven't deeply appreciated your being part of my Patreon community, because I have. I feel like it's this weird relationship that doesn't exist anywhere else in any of the collaborative or creative work or artistic work or other employment that I've ever had. And it feels pure in a way that other things maybe don't. And so it's hard to say goodbye to this, but it's necessary. I want to live under other obligations and other endeavors than what Patreon is suited to do and what I started Patreon to do. So it's not a journey that I'm inviting you to go on with me. It's like my own. It's like when Frodo and Sam have to ditch everyone else in the Fellowship and go do the thing on their own. That's where I'm at, and I'm excited about it. So in that regard, it's not like Frodo and Sam at all. So, poor analogy, but let's move on. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and ask. I'm doing well. Please don't take this as oh my gosh, what is wrong with Liz? Stuff, of course, because everyone has something wrong with their life or things for them to work on or be concerned over. But I am going forward with a conviction and an enthusiasm in a direction that is different than this. And there will be work to that, and it will be difficult. And frankly, I find it a little intimidating. But I'm convicted of it. And that's all I need to be for it to be well, and for me to be well about it and feel good about it. So I'm sorry to say goodbye to you in this capacity. Thank you for everything that you have done, your consistency. your encouragement, your feedback. It's been wonderful. And I treasure it. It's just time to say goodbye.